What's up, man? It's time for a little space talk. Now, normally, this time, we got the homie Deke with us, his podcast energy. But my homie, my dog, my partner, them, has jury duty, all right? So he's doing his civic obligation right now, ladies and gents. So, since it is Victory Monday, I figured give us a little space talk action to tie us over. We're going to spin the block tomorrow, regular time. Then we'll hit y'all with the full podcast, baby. But with that being the case, let's go ahead and get it rolling like how we do. All right. Let me know where you're tuning in from in the comment section. Then after that, I give you that big boy shout out to start today's show. But yeah, man, hit that like button on the front of this thing and don't forget to subscribe either, baby. It is a Victory Monday. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I'm super excited about it. Yeah, Ryan McPherson, man, that jury duty undefeated, baby. It's undefeated. Sometimes you just got to take that L and you got to show up. He was one of the unlucky chosen few. Let's go. Let's go. All right, shout out to the homie Tito. Good vibes. Tuning in from the 817 Fort Worth, Texas. Major love, major love. We got Red tuning in from the 773 Chicago in the building. Then after that, Psychonaut 754 Hollywood, Florida in the building, I see you, Leah Warren, always tuning in from the 254 Killeen, Texas. Love that, love that. Donald Lurie, Cordova, Tennessee. Shout out to Cordova, Tennessee. Ryan McPherson tapping in from Gilbert, Arizona. Love that, love that. And the 805, still a boy, tuning in from 805 Oxnard, Southern California. Beautiful place, might I add. And shout out to all my California Steeler fans out there. Y'all represented yesterday. Yes, y'all did. Yes, y'all did. Jamal Curtis, what's the word? What's the word? Tuning in from that 215 Philadelphia. Love it, love it, love it. Let's see. Oh, finish with my man, Jack Graziano. Shout out to Jack Graziano. Tuning in from Arlington, VA. Here we go. Steelers is also what he says. And then Yorkshire T, excuse me on that one. Yorkshire. Shout out to Yorkshire from Brentwood, UK. Evening, Steel Nation. Man, evening to you across the pond, mate. Let's get it, baby. Like I said, man, it's a beautiful Victory Monday, man. A much needed Victory Monday as well. I see you, I am Prime. In that 323 LA, Los Angeles. Love it, love it. Let's get it. And John Easton, I know you did not start the day with higher candidates. Stop it. Marsh Money, man, the homie got that jury duty, baby. Come on now. It's like that sometimes, man. Sometimes when the jury needs you, you gotta report for duty. All right, but in times like that, we obviously, pivot and go ahead and space talk this thing like how we always do. Now I'm gonna get this out the way on the front end because last time I waited to the end and I kind of got in trouble. All right. So today's episode, Space Talk or Not, is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, obviously the top rated sportsbooking app in North America. I mean, it's safe, it's secure, and more importantly, it is reliable. All right. And I'm not talking about it unless we got a promo code, which is Moats. First time using the app, download it, promo code Moats, $5 minimum deposit. You get up to $200 in draft deposit bonus money. Is a dope concept. You definitely want to check it out. But then on top of that, man, we know some people struggle with it. It's like that sometimes. When in doubt, if you're in New York and you know somebody that has a gambling problem, crisis counseling or referral services, that's the number to text. For everybody else, you already know the number to dial is 1-800 gambler. I said a 1-800 gambler. And I ain't gonna give it to y'all any more than that today, all right? Because it is a space talk, it is solo today. I started to kill y'all on the front of this thing. I said, no, we ain't gonna do them dirty like that today, all right? We ain't gonna do them all the way like that. We're gonna give them a little quick little, in and out piece of it. But with that being the case, okay? Now that we all back and we good, I'll let y'all live because it's space talk, all right? I'm gonna say the full vocals for the podcast, all right? Might be another DraftKings episode tomorrow if y'all trying to hear the full rendition. Okay. But started out, man. I see Red already pulled up in the super chat, man. Salute you one time for the culture. Definitely appreciate you from the heart. And he says, I really wanted to see Deke after this game. Trust me. The reason why we going on Tuesday is because I still want to have Deke talk about this game on camera with us, baby. He called me yesterday. He was talking up like, bro, I feel your energy. I need that energy, baby. He was hurt about jury duty today. He was even hitting me at 2 o'clock like, bro, I ain't gonna be able to get about this thing, man. I felt bad, but that's why you're like, you know what? Don't trip, bro. We back in here tomorrow because we gonna get that big Deke energy, man. We gonna get that. He hype about it, man, and rightfully so, because there was some good things that took place yesterday. If we're gonna be real about it. And it wasn't just in the second half. I know, that's how we're going to minimize it at times. But nah, man, there was some good stuff that happened in that first quarter, that happened in that first half. But we did lack a little bit of execution, some self-inflicted stuff also. But as a whole, man, definitely, plenty for Deke and the fan base to be happy about, man. Like I said, with yesterday's performance, man, without a doubt. All right, next up we had man Ryan McPherson. What my man Ryan talking about? He says, I saw no mistake from P2 yesterday. P2 hate must stop. When you play in the secondary, man, and it's easy to see when you allow a catch or make a mistake, everybody is going to be, hypercritical of you. It's no different if you play offense or you play a skill position. We see a drop pass, we see a bad throw way more frequently than we see a missed block or a bad read in the run game. So it's a part of the position he plays. But yeah, I thought P2 played well yesterday. Obviously, we know our secondary could be better, but at the same time, our money isn't in the cornerback room like that either, in terms of the double-digit plus million type of guys, right? So even with that, man, I thought that P2 played well, but I was also complimenting of P2 not just because of how he played yesterday, but the style in which they used him yesterday. Prior to yesterday's game, we were seeing Pat P almost exclusively as an outside corner. Rarely would we see him inside. Yesterday, we got a chance to see him outside, inside. He played some safety as well, and that ultimately was allowing JPJ to get a lot more opportunities out there, and he played the most snaps that he's played all season as well, man. So like I said, man, was definitely digging that right there. Definitely like what I saw with them cats, man. So absolutely. Oh, the homie, let's go, UW. Shout out, let's go, UW. One time for the culture. The homie says, got to ask TG how Baker Mayfield 2.0 in USC is doing. Uh-oh, they calling him Baker? Dang, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm be interested to hear how he feels about it. I don't feel like he's Baker 2.0. I feel like, whenever a quarterback is put on a pedestal like how he is, we're going to look for any and every reason to tear him down. So any little thing that happens, we go trip on. But at the same time, I get it. They lost, but Caleb still put up some, pretty impressive game, man. That's my whole thing. But yeah, when you in that type of limelight, man, when you got them type of expectations, though, a lot of that's going to come with it, baby. A lot of it's going to come with it, man. Rightfully so, too. All right. Now we got Red. Red also says, Moats, what you like about the offense in Canada? I think Deontay helped a lot. But, man, those taunting calls, cut it out. Yeah, I feel what you are saying about those taunting calls, man. Obviously, we don't want that because it's a self-inflicted variety, right? Whenever we're going to talk, playing well, whenever we're going to talk production, a lot of times with our offense, it stems around execution. It stems around not having pre-snap penalties. It stems around not doing just bonehead things, because we don't sit here and look at our offense as a whole and say, man, we got a talented group that you drop them off and it doesn't matter who you're playing against, doesn't matter the call, we're going to be great. Nah, think about it. We fuss about Matt Canada because we feel like our offense does need structure. It does need a lot of hands-on. And with that, the margin for error is a lot smaller. So in terms of what I liked about the offense, or what I like about the offense, yesterday in particular, what did we see early on? In fact, I think it was the first series of the game. We saw a shot downfield. Actually was completed. Unfortunately, GP, feet were out of bounds, right? Good job by Kello early on, using his body to ultimately, close the lane down in the field. But as a whole, though, I loved it because it was an aggressive shot early. When we talk about later on in that same first half, we also saw what? Another drive moving in the red zone. The first one, we kicked the field goal, right? 3rd and 17. We ended up kicking the field goal on that, but we threw the screen pass. I remember that was like the big, oh, why would we do that's kind of conservative. But at the end of the day, the 3 points were big because going into halftime, even with the Rams scoring that touchdown, it was just a 6-point game, right? 9-3. So you felt like we were still involved. We felt that we were still in striking distance. But to me, man, when we saw, as this thing progressed, we had multiple drives where it looks like, we were moving the ball. We had the George Pickens crackback block at the Deontay took it, was at 16, 17 yards when he cut across the field. So we had multiple things in that first half that I thought looked good as well. We just had the self-inflicted issues. Penalty here, missed block here. And now, we're punting instead of scoring. Second half, though, was very different, especially at that like 1 minute, 1:30 mark in the third quarter. We literally saw a touchdown, multiple first down in the game. That's the execution that we want. That's what we've been clamoring for all season. But to me, this is one of those ones where when you hear me talk about patience, when you hear me talk about take your time and just allow Kenny as a whole together to develop, this is what I'm referring to, because that second half, to me, they just look like they continue to be on the same page. The aggressiveness in terms of the calls, the aggressiveness in terms of the execution, the confidence from Kenny in terms of taking some shots in the middle of the field. The throw that he hit to Deontay on that third down where, it's a tight window throw. Deontay catches it, makes a guy miss, takes it 30 yards, flips the field. That's big time. But you don't always get that if you don't have that trust, if you don't have coordinator and quarterback on the same page and quarterback actually executed. I also thought Deontay being back was a huge reason for that too, though, man, because the separation that he created, you could just feel it in game. It was just like, this dude right here opens it up for Pickens, opens up for this running game, and it just makes it a lot easier for Kenny. So as a whole, man, those are the things off the top of my head that I initially liked about this offense, though, from the game yesterday, man, without a doubt. That's a good question too, baby. I like that. Let me see what else we got in here, man. Shout out to Red one time, man. Shout out to Red. All right, President Nitty came through. He says, JPJ, gonna have a tackle talk with Senior. Fourth quarter was fire, though. Now, you absolutely right, man. That's the thing. I thought JPJ played well. I thought his tackling was kind of JV, right? Yeah, kind of JV. He knows that. And that's the thing, man. Love JPJ because he understands that he knows what this thing is. He knows what's required of him. The one benefit or the one positive I will say is this, though. You never saw him hesitate. You never saw him look like he was second guessing or thinking about engaging. He never was out of position either. It was just he flat out just missed the tackle, right? Just got ran over in some instances. And that's a part of getting acclimated with just how strong some of these guys are. They're deceptive, right? They don't look as strong until you're out there trying to tackle. You're like, whoa, all right, I got to wrap up a little bit better here. All right, I got to come out of my hips a little bit better here. Those are learning experiences. Those are growing pains. But at least in that variety, we'll live with that. Any day of the week, baby. Any day of the week. All right. Shout out to Mike Hood. Mike Hood came through and he says, JPJ did well. Seeing why TA said he ain't ready to start. 1v1, he is locked down. When his man darted over the middle, he lost him, but learned and later trailed him and broke it up. Kudos to JPJ. Victory Monday. Yeah, that's real. That's real. When you're talking about, Peasy Jr. and ultimately what he was able to accomplish in the game, and at the same time, some of the shortcomings that he had in the game, it is, kind of evident why the coordinator said what he said. But this is also why when we talk about the coaches and what they say and why at times us as fans might feel some way and it doesn't always align with the coaches, you got to remember the coaches see these people every single day. They know these people like intimately close, their strengths, their weaknesses, what their ticks are. And for them, they know if a dude is great at this thing, but needs to improve this and this. And those are certain things that we just aren't able to see. We're not privy to that information. But those certain things did show up at times just today, like you talked about. But the beautiful thing is JPJ made the adjustments in the second half. JPJ also has that dog in him. What's that dog, man? Just that competitive energy, man. he is not turning down anything. It didn't matter if he was lined up against Cooper Kupp. It didn't matter if he was lined up against Puka Nacua. He was going to match their intensity, and sometimes matching intensity is half the battle. If you could be as intense or better, man, that could get you up out of some matchups. And I felt like at times JPJ's intensity helped him in them situations, man, because you can't walk into these matchups and, you know, be over there bug-eyed. Nah, you got to look at him like, man, you keeping food off my plate. Because essentially, if you wrote me up and you have success against me, you can be telling them I need to get fired. And that's ultimately going to take food off my plate, man. So, yeah, man, it was really good to see that from JPJ, man. But I like him. I think that for him, man, he's only going to continue to get better. The more opportunities he's getting, the better he's already performing, right? And that being the biggest opportunity that he had yesterday in terms of not just playing dime, not just playing nickel, but actually playing outside corner. And playing a lot of reps out there, man. To me, that's what I want to see. And I think he's only going to continue to grow and get better with that, man. So salute the homie. Salute the homie right there, man. All right. I'm about to say, if y'all digging, you know, today thus far, man, hit that like button one time for the coach, all right? You know, and subscribe if you have not done so either. Like I said, man, we do a space talk every once in a while. Sometimes we do watch parties. For everybody that was on the watch party with me yesterday, man, salute y'all. Y'all know we had a blast. It was a good time. Some giveaways were given out. So, you know, we're going to keep doing stuff like that with these watch parties, man, having a little fun. Like I said, man, just a lot of positivity yesterday, man. A lot that we looked at, man, and a lot that we're going to digest. But as a whole, I do feel like we did a good job, man, for 4 quarters, man, of getting out of the stadium versus a good team. That Rams team is a good team, man. I know they're not the Super Bowl champ teams from a couple years ago, but they're still a good NFL team in today's NFL. And, yeah, man, for us to be able to match it with them and come out of that thing the way that we did, and especially finish the game the way that we did, very impressive, man. Very impressive. Shout out to Quan Summer. I know you was tapped in with us at the watch party yesterday. Nah, man, major respect. Rod Dallas said we need to bring back Pierre Island. They was calling for him yesterday in the game, man. They definitely were calling for the homie. And Isaiah Matower said he going to the game next week versus the Jags. Well, turn up for the culture. Turn up. Shoot, I'll be down there pre-game, man, doing my interviews and stuff. Actually, I think I know who my guest will be. I'll go ahead and drop it in here early for y'all. All right. So, if you're down there early, about 11:30, FedEx Great Hall, right inside the stadium. I always host, you know, pre-game interviews with different Steelers legends, different Steelers Hall of Famers and Wall of Famers or Hall of Honor guys, stuff like that. You saw the interview that we had posted a couple weeks ago with Joy Porter, right? Shout out to Joy Porter Sr. up there, turning the crowd up. The hoorah in person was electric. But this upcoming game, we'll have Rocky Blyer out there, man. All right, so if you're out there early, 11:30 time frame, man, pull up to the FedEx Great Hall. Yours truly will be hosting the interview with Rocky Blyer. We all know Rocky Blyer, man, the myth, the legend. Can't wait to talk to him. All right, and then obviously, you know, we'll have the clips of that up here on the show as well, man. But yeah, if you in the building, man, pull up on me, all right? And you know I'm down to take pictures and all that, man. I love to meet y'all in person, all right? Love that. And speaking of in person or just meeting y'all and stuff like that, whenever y'all out, I know some of y'all got the gear from the channel and stuff, man. If y'all take pictures of it, send it to moatswinners@gmail.com so we can put y'all on the website. And for all y'all that be in these away game stadiums, man, we need to start this, all right? When y'all in them away game stadiums, man, take a pic, send it to the channel, man, so that we can put y'all on the website, man. Get y'all featured, arthurmoats.com or moatswinners@gmail.com. All right, let's get back to it, though. Let's get back to it. Hit that like button one time and subscribe if you have not done so just yet. But I Am Prime, shout out to I Am Prime. He says, to be honest, I like when Deontay Johnson and George Pickens get chippy. The penalties obviously suck, but I want passionate volunteers over hostages with no passion. Let them boys cook. Man, you know I'm 100% with you, baby. When we're talking about the passion, when we're talking about, you know, some of the penalties and stuff like that, some penalties you live with, some obviously you don't want to deal with. To me, when I think back to a year ago, I think it was Carolina Panthers game. One of the best games we've seen from Deontay Johnson. And what was he in that game? Pissed off. talking greasy to boys, right? I personally agree with you. I think he plays way better when he's pissed off. He's already nice when he's chill, but when he's pissed off, I think it's that added element to him, man. And the same with Pickens. You saw from the jump, Pickens, man, I think it was Yeast. I think that was dude that was barking with him after the crackback block. It's like, man, we ain't turning down nothing. And it's contagious. When you see your dude over there barking, but your guy is actually getting after it over there, man, it make you want to hop in that same fight with him. It make you start barking. It make you say, I got your back, dog. We ain't tripping over here. In fact, I'm going to knock his homeboy out. Like, that's the vibe, man. So, to me, man, I love what I was seeing from DJ and GP with that. But at the same time, you do have to understand how to channel it at times. And that'd be the one thing that I would, my only critique or coaching point for DJ and GP. Love the passion. Love the energy. Man, Steve Smith, one of the greatest dudes that I ever played against. I hated to play against him because he always had that pissed off little guy energy, but that's what made him so difficult to deal with on a play in and play out basis. But he was able to channel it a little bit better after these plays where it wasn't always going to, overflow into a penalty potentially. But we know, even with him, man, it happens. When you passionate, man, it's hard to turn that switch on and off. But that would be the only thing that I would just, try to remind those two guys of. If you can avoid the penalty, man, avoid the penalty, because sometimes that hurts you. It knocks you out of field position, man. Those are big 15-yard penalties, and we just don't need a ton of that at this stage. But as a whole, man, love the passion that them two dudes was playing with, man, out there, man. All right. Let's see. We got Steel Spaceman. Shout out to Steel Spaceman one time for the culture. It says, was the commentator as annoying for you? And did he seem as biased? He was hyped for the Rams like they were Harrison with a pick six in the Super Bowl. So luckily for me, I only had to endure a quarter of it. Okay. And that was the first quarter. Yeah, they were kind of annoying, man. But at the same time, as a guy who's been a commentator before, sometimes you walk in there with, a narrative that you're supposed to push. Sometimes you walk in there with a little bit of a biasness. You're not supposed to. We try to avoid it, but it's real. It happens. And yeah, it's not hard to be in LA and, might be rocking with the Rams a little bit more. These are national crews, not, this is my team crew. So you're going to get that every once in a while. I'm not the biggest fan of when it just seems like whatever is the surface level story, they're just going to run with it out the gate. And I feel like that's what you get every time, it's the Canada thing. It's like, yeah, we're going to show them. As soon as one bad play happens, they're like, yeah, man, they say a scheme. It's like, bro, how do we get there? It's the first quarter. It's the first thing that just happened. Like, what that got to do with that? But that's a part of, like I said, man, the commentating stuff. But after that, we was on the watch party. So I had to mute the thing and I couldn't hear anything else after that. So it was good. And then at the end, we won. So I was about to hit him with the D Generation X, right? But it's family friendly today. Family friendly. Can't get kicked out on a space talk. I ain't got nobody to blame it on. If Deke is here, I can always blame it on Deke. All right. If TG was, I can blame it on TG. I'm solo today, so I can't do that just yet. No. But who knows? I might open up these phone lines if we get some time a little later, man. So then I can blame it on y'all. Can't blame it on me. I'm seeking comfort today. All right. Ramsey Salah. Shout out to Ramsey Salah. He says JPJ needs to stop missing tackles. Watch along fire. Nah, man, respect, man. And I do feel like he will improve his tackling. He was a really good tackler in college. Never is a question about his desire or willingness. And to me, that's the first step. If you can at least be aggressive and you're shooting your gun, we can coach up the fundamentals, man. We can coach up the technique. But I got to see you have a willingness to shoot. And not everybody that plays that position has consistently shown their willingness to shoot every single time. There have been times where it looks like, just some questionable angles, some questionable steps at times. We never had that yesterday. Did he miss the tackle? Yes. But we never had it look like, man, what are you doing? Are you not trying to bring this guy down? So at least from that standpoint, I did like that. Hey, John Easton, who get more camera time? Taylor Swift for Canada. Low key, man. I thought yesterday Canada made a case for it. Now, Swifty, she gonna get her camera time. That's mandatory. You know the NFL need that bottom line. But Steelers fans get an uptick when they show Canada. It was funny because I'm looking at the Canada situation. I'm like, dang, all right. When we scored, I'm like, please, God, show some emotion so the Steeler Nation will leave you alone. So I was hyped. He was hyped. Yeah, yeah. I'm like, all right, good. Then we had the other touchdown. He was kind of chill. I'm like, all right, now, Canada, don't be giving him too flat now. You better give it to him for real. And then he gave us like the little half and half. Kind of hype, kind of chill. So, yeah, man. But he was getting a lot of camera time, man. All right, the Jacob Malacio. Shout out to the Jacob Malacio, baby. He says, thank you for doing these lives. I know it's hard to find time. Nah, man, respect to you, man. And honestly, I want to do more of them. When y'all pop up on them like how y'all do and how y'all been doing it, like with the watch party or even like with the podcast with Deke, you see, man, we put more into this thing. We make it more, even more of a priority. And that's why, you know, the podcast is what it's been. Got our 500th episode coming up this Thursday, largely because of y'all, man. Y'all tap in. So even when we do these space talks, the watch parties and stuff like that at the games, oh, that's because how y'all be tapping in, man. So appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. Absolutely from the heart. All right. Shout out to Red. Red said, I understand the patience part. I'm from Chicago. I see my friends crying every year. So Steelers fans, relax. You ain't felt that pain. You ain't felt pain like that. And Red, you are absolutely right. I feel bad that you, being in Chicago. Yeah. Because the Bear fans, they've lived it. They've seen it. And they've also had that experience of the crazy height, right? The Urlacher, the Devin Hester time frame, you know, where they did go to a Super Bowl. But then you think about it, ever since they moved on from Lovie Smith, if we're being real about it, that was a whole thing, kind of similar to where we are with Coach Tomlin, right? We're not everybody, but to a certain extent. With Lovie Smith, it was, man, they're constantly winning. They're constantly in contention, but they can't get over the hump, it seems, anymore. They moved on from Lovie after a 10-win season, if I remember correctly. And since then, they have never really gotten back to that type of dominance. Never really gotten back to that. And I'm sure at the time, they were like, man, shoot, we'll be back. It ain't going to take that long. But, man, it's been a long time. And I don't think it's about to change this year either, man. But yeah, for us here in Pittsburgh, patience is key. We're used to this long stint of dominance, competing at the ultimately highest level, and rightfully so. But right now, we had a change at the most important position, quarterback, right? So now we back on that process of building it back up to getting there, but we can't, you know, undercut it every single time we have some type of adversity or some type of misstep. You have to allow these dudes, you have to allow these coaches and everybody in here to go through some of these growing pains, to go through some of these lessons, man. All right, shout out to Let's Go UW. Let's Go UW says, University of Texas Stephen Austin put rat traps with cheese in players' lockers this week to symbolize don't eat the cheese. One of the players gave one to the head coach. The trap went off and smashed one of his fingers. Hey, yo, what? Hey, yo, they wildin' for that. They wildin'. I like it, though, man. I like it. Yeah, don't take the cheese. Don't eat the cheese, man. I get it. What's the cheese they're talking about? Man, we talk about we in zone coverage and stuff like that, right? They're gonna show you something underneath to influence you out your coverage responsibility. You go up and bite the cheese. They take the deep shot behind you. Don't take the cheese. Don't bite the cheese. I'm with you on that. But that is funny. Shout out to the head coach too, man. Getting his own finger trapped in the trap, man. Serves you right. Put the mouse traps away one time. And remix. Remix. He says, Space Talk, motion on cloud. Now, you better believe it. Hello. Come on, man. Got to. Do you do Space Talk not in the clouds? Should I have come here with my, like, spacesuit on, man, to let y'all know what time I'm on, baby? Come on now. It's a Space Talk, baby. You know how we do. Shout out to Rex 7 one time for the culture. Rex 7, good to see you in the building today. Says, fans not going to talk about Canada's play calling and scheming looked way better with DJ back in the lineup. Najee also ran like Gus, or ran like his job was on the line. Well, Rex 7, you trying to get me in trouble today, Rex 7. I don't know why you want to come in here and do this today, Rex 7. You know I'm technically not allowed to talk about any Matt Canada stuff today, Rex 7. I've seen people at the comment. I'd have been called every apologist, supporter, and all the other stuff in between. I don't get it. I'm just like, bro, I just tell you what I see on the tape. That's it, man. That's it. But I'm glad that you brought it up about, the play calling in the scheme, because it was there and it showed. And with execution, it can score points. When it's ran the right way, it can work. You can be aggressive and throw the ball in this scheme. You can still run the ball in between the tackles with this scheme. It still doesn't have to feel stagnant. We can have the same type of jet motion. We can have the same orbit type motion. Orbit when it's like they're kind of going at an angle, almost like an arc angle behind the quarterback. We saw Najee do it. Calvin Austin has done it. Jaylen Warren has done it. All of these different things are designed schematically to slow the defense down, to make the defense have to be sharp with their keys, to make them have to be sharp with their communication. This was some of the stuff that we were seeing back in training camp. And when I came here and I talked about why it's very challenging to deal with it, this is why. Because it's a lot of movement. So defensively, it makes it harder to double team certain people. It makes it hard for me to know pre-snap to post-snap what I'm truly going to be in, because they're not just showing it to me anymore like we've been seeing at the earlier portion of the season. To me, this is all a part of their natural evolution. We've been saying, man, you can't judge the team off the first 4 games. Let them get out that first quarter. You get to this bye. Now let's see what the offense looks like coming out of it. And I thought as a whole, this was the best version of this offense that we've seen. Not only did they score points, we saw the big plays through the air. We also saw them run the ball. We saw them actually stay committed to running it, even when it wasn't the best at the time. But we still were able to commit to it. To me as a whole, I thought that this was probably one of Matt Canada's best performances. But it wasn't just because of him calling it. It was one of his best performances because Kenny actually executed it. Deontay caught his passes. Pickens caught his passes. Think about the offense line as a whole. We said Aaron Donald's name, once, maybe 2 times? So O-line as a whole did their job. The 2 sacks was off of pressure. It's off of blitz. So it's like, man, as a whole, I thought Canada did well. Like I said, it's not popular, and I don't want to get in trouble for talking about it or being called an apologist, so that's why I ain't going to go on for too much longer. But as a whole, I thought that, thought it was a good job by the home, man. Thought it was a good job by him. All right. Let me see what we got. And like I said, man, shout out to DJ being back, man. When Deontay is back, it opens up a lot for this offense, man. His ability to win now with the line of scrimmage, the same way on the 2-point conversion when Cooper Kupp beats Levi Wallace right at the line of scrimmage. That's the same type of stuff that Deontay Johnson does. It's called getting NFL open. That type of separation, it is very difficult to deal with. And because of how quick, in terms of the short area quickness and the details, the attention to details that Deontay puts into his route running, that's why, like I said, man, this offense is a lot better when he's out there, man. And skydiving, heck, that, to me, I agree with you, man. This year, that was the offensive line's best performance this season, man. Outside of the one play, I think it was where Aaron Donald had the one-on-one with Seyumalu, beats him. Obviously, Kenny steps up. I don't think we got sacked. I think Kenny ended up getting back to the line of scrimmage. But outside of that one play, it really wasn't a ton of us getting just beat up front. Now, when they brought some pressure, sometimes they would bring that extra guy, that 6th or 7th person. That were, in those times, that's when we saw the sack. That's when we obviously saw Kenny get hit a couple of times. But that then becomes all right, what are we going to do? Get rid of the ball faster, or is that blitz going to pick it up first, Because you just don't have enough people, period, to block it or to pick it up. Shout out to the homie, the one and only. Let's go, UW. Speaking of let's go, UW, got me thinking about college football. And if I remember college football, shout out to my James Madison University football Dukes. Took care of business Thursday night in prime time versus Marshall. What's the word? the herd, one time for the culture. And now we are officially the 25th ranked team in all of college football. You love to see it. You love to see it, man. Go Dukes. Go Dukes, baby. But yeah, man. Yeah. Shout out to you. Let's go, UW. But he says, if y'all want local commentary every game, I recommend getting Sirius XM. Yeah, Sirius XM, they're going to give you all local commentary, all local broadcasts. Or if you are strictly just looking for Steeler games, download that the Steelers app. And if I remember correctly, it should be like a radio app on the daggone app or radio section. Click on that, and that'll also give you the ability to tap in and listen to just the local people as well. Now, David Dupree, shout out to DD Smalls, says, get Deke a White Claw on me for the pit loss. Yeah, H2P took a L. That was real. Hey, so this how you know Deke was real upset about said questionable call at the end of the game. He called me. Whatever Deke called me, I know it's real. Usually he hit me with a text. He called me. He's like, bro, did you see what happened, man? Did you see this game? Man, you see what happened at the end? What you think about that call? I'm like, oh, Lord. So, yo, he's on one. But the irony is, it's the Kenny Pickett rule, right? Kenny did the fake slide a year ago or 2 years ago versus Wake Forest ACC championship, and it went viral. So from then, they created a rule that as soon as you start to initiate a slide, not slow down, but as soon as you start to initiate it, plays dead. So the irony of it is, it was versus Wake Forest, that same team, and it was Pitt. It game was on the line, and sure enough, it's like, I see the dip. I get exactly why they called it. I personally hate the call, but I get exactly why they called it, man. But yeah, he was hot about that one, man. He was hot. But DD Small says, get Deke a White Claw for the pit loss. They play on my wife's nose in a couple weeks. They might get 50 plus hung on them. Yeesh. Let's go. And Brandon Griffin said he was at that game. Nah, I salute you, man. It was actually a good game, man. Pitt should have pulled it out, but at the same time, you can't allow a big drive, from the backup quarterback, cut out there and put him in that position. Anywho, but yeah, man. All right, let's see. The Jacob Malacio says, when we are 13-4, people will find a way to complain. You are 1000% correct. Think about it. We were 3-2 on top of the division. They said we should be firing every single person. It seemed like, man, here we are sitting at 4-2. I'm sure there are still most people that they said should get fired. I know people have been firing Levi Watson yesterday. I have seen that. I am fully aware of Levi. But yeah, as a whole, that's just life, man. You can't please everybody. And that's why I love when Coach Simon talks about we don't keep it with the Joneses. We do it how we do it. We keep it how we want to, because people are finicky, man. 1 minute y'all wanted aggressive, 1 minute you wanted a conservative. 1 minute you want to throw that rock, 1 minute you want to run that rock. 1 minute you hate this dude, 1 minute you love that dude. So at the end of the day, you just got to do what makes you happy, baby. And let everybody else kind of fall in line with it. Rex 7 says, truthfully, he's still missing a piece of his offense that'll help with the scheme. Anthony McFarland was supposed to be what Jalen is with more speed. No, you're right. It's weird because even with McFarland, as talented as he is, he still hasn't had that Jalen Warren type of vibe or feel at the NFL level just yet. I hope he can get that sooner rather than later, because the clock is definitely ticking on him. But to me, man, Jalen Warren has definitely emerged and has shown to be a more complete player, but I still do like the speed element that Anthony McFarland brings. Another added element that we still missing in this offense is Pat Freiermuth. We know he re-injured the hamstring. Obviously, we talked about that Friday when the reports came out that he was going to be ruled out. But that's another piece of this offense that, if that's there, it's another weapon for Kenny. It's another safety valve for Kenny. It also takes a little bit more attention away from Pickens and from DJ. So, to me, man, it's still one of those things where we could be better. But as a whole, we're working with the pieces that we have, and that's what you have to do in season. You don't always get the luxury of going shopping or, trading and stuff like that. Sometimes you got to find the answers or make them internally. And I think that's what we're doing with the combination of your Darnell Washington, your Connor Hayward, in terms of how they're using both of those dudes out there, Rodney Williams as well. All Hey, man, y'all hit that like button one time for the culture, too, man. I know we in here. We getting a little chunky. See, I hit that like button if y'all digging it, okay? A little space talk action. Like I said, the homie Deep got jury duty. So we had to pivot off of it, spin the block one time, space talk. But we will be back regular time tomorrow, 4 o'clock for the regular podcast, all right? So y'all getting an extra vibe today. But it's because y'all awesome. So salute yourselves, pat yourselves on the back. Skydiving Heck, oh Lord, he at my neck today. He said he's smoking on that Bills pack. Nah, respect, man, respect. And honestly, man, I am happy that them dudes took that L, man. They deserved it. Because they were arrogant. You can't walk into these stadiums, sleep. You can't, throw away possessions and play games and let bad teams stick around. And then you want to get hot at the end of the game. It don't work like that, man. And what happens is you do that too many times and you win it too many times. It creates a false sense of comfort. We don't need that up there, man. So even though I hate that it was the Patriots, because I can't stand the Patriots, I absolutely hate them. I don't like them. Never have, never will. Thought it was when I was playing, but it's definitely just as a whole. I'm just not a Patriots guy, man. But yeah, they needed that, man. They deserved it. They deserved it. So rightfully so, man. I know that pack hitting, though. I know that pat making you cough and you choke. You better drink you some water. Come on, man. That's that loud right there. You know what it is. Now shout out to Let's Go UW. He says the NFL has suspended safety Kareem Jackson 4 games for his latest ejection. The league is getting soft. That was not helmet to helmet. I know exactly what you're talking about, baby. So with Kareem Jackson, the NFL has shifted. We know that's like the whole, we can't have it look violent. And why can't you have it look violent? Because they needed to appeal to the soccer mom, right? The casual fan that is tuning in and is questioning should their son play or not. If it looks violent all the time, they get squeamish. They don't watch. We lose money. We also lose that feeder program of what? The youth keeping this game alive, man. And it's been over 100 years that this thing has worked. And that's largely part of it. So because of that, they do got to make sure they crack down at certain times. It's crazy. I've actually been able to see both of Kareem Jackson's big time hits, man. Shout out to Kareem, man. Obviously, it's a young, not a young guy. He came in, I think, a year or two after me, but he's been in this thing for a while, man. Physical player. Love how he plays the game. He plays it old school. He's 10 years too late right now. That's the unfortunate part. If he's doing this thing early 2000s, we're loving it. We're talking about, man, this is highlight reel video stuff. The same stuff we love Ryan Clark for. Same stuff we love James Harrison for. That's what Kareem Jackson is doing. But it's just, the problem is he's playing in today's NFL and they don't want that. So even though I didn't think that the hit yesterday should warrant an ejection, I get why they did it. Because the optics of it looked bad. Obviously, you get the headshot. He'd go down, and the commentator says, well, this is the second time we've seen Kareem Jackson hit somebody like this season. It's got to be an ejection. So they make a big deal out of it. And then after that, man, once that gets going, it's a wrap. Social media gets a hold of it, and you just got to have to deal with it. So for the NFL, is Kareem Jackson worth that type of headache? No, it's easier to suspend him and make an example out of him as, hey guys, look, we're chastising him. This is not acceptable. But we know for a fact, I mean, shoot, we might see Minka Fitzpatrick smack somebody and he ain't gonna have nothing wrong because he's just a bigger, higher profile player. So that's how this thing goes. We get it. It sucks at times, sucks with Kareem, but that's just the reality of it. Christian Matthias. Shout out to Christian, by the way, man. He says, I bet money on Ohio State to win and the under on a parlay. Shout out to the win and the under on a parlay. He say 1-264. Let's get it. James Franklin needs fired like Canada. And how are you not going to just run out of bounds? Respect. Shout out to Christian right there, man. First off, salute you, man, for stacking that paper. You can never stack enough of that paper, man. Appreciate you on that. Hopefully use DraftKings, all right? And if you did use it, make sure you use the promo code, which is Moats, all right? Don't forget that. But in terms of James Franklin, yeah, I've heard not a lot of people like James Franklin. They were like, oh, yeah, man, he's good enough to keep him relevant, but they don't ever win the big game. I hate this guy. I'm not a Penn State guy. Y'all know that. The only reason why I tap in is because young Kevin Winston Jr. is over there. Me and his pops played together. That was my mentor when I was at JMU. Outside of that, before that, JPJ was there. Other than that, man, I don't rock with Penn State. Y'all know my story. Joe Pa looked when I shook my hand. I thought I was getting an offer and it never came, all right? Never came. So, yeah, man, you can fire all of them over there. Except my homie DJ Bryant. He is on the staff. That's my man's in them from JMU. All right. And, yeah, in terms of the Pitt player, if I remember correctly, that was the backup making his first start. And maybe not his first start, but he's a sophomore, I think, was the quarterback. Young player, big moment. Yes, you wanted to have more situational awareness to know, okay, you could have just ran out of bounds and been fine. But sophomore, young quarterback. So we give him a little grace right there. Gotta give him a little grace. Mano, what up, though, baby? Glad to have you in the building with me. Come on, man. We just vibing out a little space talk. The homie had jury duty. So you get me solo today. Hopefully y'all enjoying it. All right. And if not, it be like that sometime. All right. It be like that. Tito, good vibes. Shout out to Tito, good vibes. One time for the culture. That boy said, I am prime deacon the feds. Yeah, we're not going to start that again. Do y'all remember that? It was a space talk. I think it was like a year ago, man. Hit me with the, hey, yo, Deke got locked up, man. Deke just got arrested. And we was all going crazy, panicking. I hit my man on the phone and everything. Yeah, don't start that Deke and the feds stuff, man. We don't need that again, man. And then Johnny Bird said, Deke is the feds. No, man, not my dog. Not my dog. Let's go and salute you to Roberian, man. Always good to see you on the spot, man. Jaron said, I'm just picturing Deke in the courtroom. Right. The question is, does Deke show up with the Pirates hat on and the taco meat showing? That's what I need to know. And does he have pants on, or is he in his patented shorts? Y'all know, you know his game day drip. He gonna hit you with them shorts now. All right. I need to know, man. I need to know. Oh, yeah, Steelers Girl 517 Mike Hood. Yeah, they remember it. Heck yeah, man. Y'all had me fooled, man. I remember being on this stream like, yo, not the homie, not my dog. And I'm over here hitting him and he hit me back. Oh, yep. That was a funny one right there. Let's see. Tito Good Vibe says, Moats, lots of people had the Rams blowing us out. Show yourself. Also, shout out to Minka being the glue for the defense. You're absolutely right. A lot of people did. Man. They got Matthew Stafford. Who's going to guard Puka and Cooper Kupp? What are we going to do against Aaron Donald? Dude, we scored multiple touchdowns yesterday, man. It's kind of crazy. We scored 24 points, man. Think about that, dude. Think about that. We ain't scored that much in, like, forever. And it kind of felt good, man. All three being on the ground, obviously, but as a whole, man, I thought it was a pretty good performance, man. Pretty good time, man. I enjoy seeing the offense score points. I enjoy seeing the defense even set them up with short fields. Shout out to TJ Watt. But yeah, man. Absolutely. And Minka was on one. Man, I love when he plays with that physicality, that intensity as well. He was locked in. Beautiful by him, man. All right. Christian Matthias pulled back up and he says, okay, my Canada, we jumped a little, there we go. Okay, my Canada take, something stuck in my throat, the entire second half. I have to say the game called was quality. The design and scheme was solid. This may be the apex at which we turn the corner. Is Christian Matthias turning the corner? Did I just hear compliments from Christian about the scheme and the play calling? Dare I say you called it quality? It's crazy because I low-key agree with you. It's kind of crazy. It feels taboo. I'm with you. It feels real taboo. Like, what you mean he did a good job? Are you sure he did a good job? Can we really say that? Did we score touch? So yeah, I mean, technically he did, man. But at the same time, it's one game. Can't crown it off in one performance. Y'all know the rules, man. So we needed to replicate, but it was really impressive to see that. And we got another great opportunity coming up this weekend, man. Jacksonville. Definitely eager to see what that looks like, but we're not going to rush that. We're going to enjoy today, man. Shout out to Thomas Davis, man. It's your first live, man. We'll salute you, baby. This is my first space talk with you on it, all right? So hit that like button one time for the culture, man. We appreciate you being here, though, man. Welcome to the party. All right. Colton Cho Fu. Shout out to Colton Choi Fu. You know what time he on. Aloha, Moats, man. Aloha, my brethren from Hawaii. Aloha. He says, how patient you think Coach T will be with Pickens and his antics. Didn't like the crackback block called, or the Pickens pulled. Wasn't that bad. So to me, man, the crackback with some of the other stuff gives you the feeling of the antics, right? Because it just seemed like a lot. Whenever you have multiple times that you're, either penalized for a personal foul or, unsportsmanlike conduct, it's going to feel like a lot. A couple of things when I think George Pickens, man, he's very passionate, and that's why I love watching him play because of that passion. But at the same time, he has to channel it. He has to channel it better. And I think that's one of those things for him. I don't fault the crackback because honestly, I doubt that he really knew the rule. And that's the unfortunate part. I look at coaching for that, but I also say, hey, man, you're a professional. You've been in this league for more than a year now. You have to be responsible. The reason why I say it is this, though. Most young players, man, they're accustomed to getting away with stuff like that, right? Because at college level, sometimes you get away with the blocks. That's what you grow up watching. That's what you grow up wanting, right? The big crackback hit, decleaters. And those are the best times to get them when people are reversing field. So you're hyped. You want to make a play. You're in the moment. You line a guy up. Boom. You make a play. Be real about it. He kind of pulled off. He ain't unloaded. It wasn't like the juju on Vontaze Burfict when he, bopped him and then stood on him. And it wasn't even on that. It was just, we caught him. But the reason why they had to penalize is because that's the point of emphasis. You can't be blocking back towards your line of scrimmage, man, or towards your end zone, on that one, because it is a very dangerous position for the defender because we're chasing this way. We can't look that way. You're not even in our vision, our line of sight. So you put us in a compromising position. But for Pickens, that's one of the things. It's like, bro, you should have known that. If not, it's about to be a $8,000 lesson because they're going to fine him for certain for that one. All right. That's mandatory. He's going to get fined. So if you didn't know before, you better know now. But in terms of antics, I'm not overly concerned about his passion. And that's how I still look at it. It's passion. I don't see him being disgruntled when he doesn't get the ball. I don't see him looking jealous or not wanting to block. In fact, we're watching him put forth even more effort on those type of plays when he doesn't have the ball. So for me, to be able to see him, exude that while at the same time being out that thing and still being able to make plays through the air, still being able to come back after he has the quote unquote, bonehead play and stuff like that. I did like that part because it's just showing the response to it. It's showing that you're not going to allow one mistake in the game to linger. You're not going to allow this one bad decision to affect you and take you mentally out the rest of this game. So for that, like I said, man, I did like that part. But as a whole, man, cut down on the post snap penalties, man. We don't need them because they will come back to hurt you at the end of this game. All right. The Jacob Malaysia. Shout out to the Jacob, baby. He says, did Belichick win those rings with integrity? Just saying. Nah, you bring up a great point. Nah, man, but shout out to Belichick, though, man. Anytime you win a Super Bowl, man, hey, big love, man, because I know there's a lot that goes into them things, cheating included. It's still a lot that goes into them things, man. So, yeah, salute him for it, man. Salute him for it. Christian Matthias says, penalties. Why are you pulling people off the pile like that? Where in the world was this man taking his body? And why dude let him? It was like that meme of the woman picking up her man. How you let? Yeah, I feel you. Once again, man, sometimes when you out there, and remember, that rule, they just made that a rule. Now, granted, it was when I was playing. I remember the rule. But that's because I remembered all the rules, all right? I was a rule dude. I need to know all the rules. I need to know everything. I need every little detail because I'm not, elitely talented like some of these other cats, right? So, yeah, man, it used to be a time you pull anybody off the pile. Like, yo, get off my mans, yo. I don't care. Get off of them. But then at the same time, sometimes you just wig out. So when you out there, you just black out and be like, yo, I just grabbed him. I don't know what happened. Like, why you hit him like that? I don't know, bro. I just did it. It just, all right. So sometimes you just do stuff like that when you're on the field. It just be happening, man. It just be happening. And then Christian Matthias also said, no Pitts there. How he just ain't run the whole way through to the first down. He big dummy for that. Yeah. But he was young. That's what I'm saying. He was young, man. Let my man live. He was trying to make a smart play, stay in bounds, keep the clock ready, man. That's what he was trying to do. I don't agree with it, though. But that's what he was trying to do. You're not gonna applaud the effort, huh? You're not feeling what he was trying to accomplish. Hey, it was good. Execution was bad. That's all. Sometimes execution is a little off, right? It'd be like that on occasion. Sometimes. All right. Oh, and let me see. I might be mixing who you're talking about too. Let me make sure I got the right cat real quick. Yeah, I don't know. I think you're trying to spell his name. I think you might spell his name wrong though, man. All right. Now, let's see. Is that Tube Dude 92? Shout out to Tube Dude 92. One time for the culture. And he's simply asking, man, do I think this running game is for real? Do I think this running game is legit? Honestly, I think we're continuing to take steps in the right direction. I don't think it's exactly where we want to be, but I do like the fact that it situationally was good enough. Short yardage situation. We ain't gonna talk about that last QB sneak, but outside of that one, the other ones, I thought we could run the ball situationally well. And technically we did run it well because we got the call. Sometimes referee said it was good. Sometimes you just live with it, right? But as a whole, I do think this running game is continuing to take steps in the right direction. You look at some of the run plays, specifically the touchdown run from Jaylen Warren. Love the fact that we were winning our one-on-one blocks. Say Malu, Dan Moore. Shout out to Dan Moore, right? He's supposed to be terrible, I know, but he played well. But not just those guys on the perimeter. You can't get some of these explosive runs or some of these bigger, longer running plays if your receivers aren't blocking. I thought Deontay Johnson on the touchdown play, the Jaylen Warren touchdown play, had a really good block. Love whenever I get a chance to see George Pickens when he's blocking out there. Allen Robinson, another one of those guys. They do a really good job of just blocking on the perimeter. And when you're doing that and the interior is winning their one-on-one blocks, we got running backs that are capable. Jaylen Warren is capable. Najee Harris, when you see him running downhill, he's a very physical and capable running back. And it made sense. It reflected that. You look at the second half performance from both of them dudes, their numbers extremely good in terms of a yards per carry element. Obviously, when you look at it from a full game standpoint, I think Jaylen Warren ended up with like 5.3 per tote. Najee Harris was right around 3.8, 3.9. So it was still productive. But like I said, man, we could still be better with it for both of them dudes. But as a whole, I do feel like we did a really good job with it. And I do feel optimistic about that running game going forward. Absolutely. Let's see. Mike Hood says, thoughts on TJ lining up on outside receiver and grabbing a pick. Then Coach T blew it off after the game like they do it all the time. Yeah, the reason why Coach T blew it off, this is what we used to always hate while playing here in this defense. We would have to walk out on wide receivers. So we would all give ourselves a little nickname. We'd be like, yo, that's Revis right there. That'd be Bud Dupree. All right, that's Sherman over there. All right, that's James Harrison. All right, who's you over here? Oh, that's Slade. That's Darius. He locked down. That's Moats over there. You know what I mean? We all had a little name because we'd have to walk out there and cover these dudes playing that cover four, which what TJ was doing. The beauty is this, man. TJ is so fundamentally sound. It looks routine because he's really doing just the basis of it, right? 3-by-1. In terms of the look, he's on number 2. Number 2 goes vertical, and cover 4 in our scheme, we don't carry vertical. So from there, your eyes naturally should bring it back to the number 3 receiver. And from there, number 3 is sitting down or settling. TJ's coming back. Stafford staring it down. TJ makes a heck of a play, but it was just beautiful execution by TJ, man. Doing, like I said, the routine things routinely. The difference is TJ caught that pick like he was a true life DB. That's the difference. The rest of us is like, oh, okay, I read that, I got that. He goes vertical, and I'm going to tackle the catch. Not, we're going to jump that and then pick it and then go ahead and get some yak as well. That's TJ. Like I said, us normal players, we're going to reroute that number 2. We're going to get eyes back on 3. And we're going to come down here. We're going to tackle it. We're going to collision it like heck when he catches it. When he catches it and turns, we trying to bomb him. That's all. That's everybody else's thought process. TJ is the only one that says, I'm going to jump this and actually intercept it. Salute TJ. But yeah, that was strictly a TJ Watt type of thing right there, man. And yeah, I get, once again, Coach T downplays it because he sees it a lot. But TJ is TJ, man. He will take a routine play like I just broke it down to you, and he do that freakazoid stuff, man. And that's why Coach Tom always talk about TJ is just visiting us from another planet. You heard the interview with PZ, man. He was like, yeah, every time we talk about who's the best player, it's like, well, you don't do this better than TJ. You don't do that better than TJ. That's everybody in the room, man. TJ got the best hands. He had the best hips. He had the best get off. He got all that, man. So yeah, that's TJ, baby. That's TJ. Just glad he's on our squad. Absolutely. And y'all hit that like button one time, man. If y'all digging today's show, like I said, man, a little space talk for the culture, man. Kicking it with y'all for a little bit, having some fun today. And like I said, tomorrow, man, we'll be back with the homie Deke once he's off of his civic responsibilities. Okay. Let's see. I am prime. How about my RB1 addressing the line over the bye? Came to the game walking and talking the talk. Got 2 rushing TDs from both our running backs. Respect to Naj. 1000%, man. 1000%. Najee and Mason Cole, right? They were the 2 that, you know, brought up some suggestions for play calls to Man Canada. And I thought as a whole, when you watch Najee, from the first time he touched that ball, pissed off, angry running, and talking about it too. He won't backing out from nothing. He barking at the LBs. I'm like, yo, this the energy I need from you, Najee. Because Najee's game isn't pretty right now. Najee's game isn't let me just look sexy, run by you, and shake and bake you. Najee's game right now is let me punch you in the face over and over and over until you're tired of tackling me, until you're tired of getting punched on. When Najee plays like that, that pissed off, that downhill, that running behind his pass, Najee is a heck of a player to deal with, man. And then the compliment is the Jaylen Warren. To me, man, that version of Najee, man, that's the version that we need more of. That's the version that I was excited to see. And I thought the identity of our team kind of reflected it. We weren't trying to be passive against that Rams defense. We were trying to punch back. We were trying to be aggressive and attack them. And I thought that was a big thing, man. So salute Najee for that, man. But like I said, man, Najee was out that thing big barking the whole time. And sometimes, man, like I said, you need that. Sometimes you got to let them people out there know, like, yo, I ain't playing with you today. Hey, the commentator talking about, yeah, they said they're going to be splitting up the running back room, sharing carries and all this other stuff. So, yeah, of course, he's going to be pissed off, and rightfully so. I don't care. You run like you pissed off like that every single time, man. And eventually, you're going to get that rock more. And I thought that it was a good thing by the team rewarding him down there by the goal line. Feed that man. If you running that rock like that, man, let my man get in there and touch that paint, man. And it was good to see that, man. So, I salute Najee, man, for that game, man. And, yeah. Hopefully for him, he can keep this productivity rolling too, man. Alrighty. Sean McCartney says, Eagles traded Edmonds and a 5th to the Titans for Kevin Byard. If Khan is a true con artist, trade Pat P and a 7th for Surtain. Man, shout out first off to Kevin Byard. He's nice. Shout out to Edmonds going down to Tennessee. I think he'll enjoy that, though. Evans a fit. He'll fit down there. He's physical. He'll definitely rock with Rabel. Yep, I like that. Yeah. Connor, you ain't getting Surtain for Pat P in the 7th, man. You got to get out of here with that, bro. Surtain. I wish. But, yeah, man. Shoot, Kevin Byard. All right. And, dang, Evans was just playing in that game last night, too, now that I think about it. Shoot. Hey, man, that's the NFL, though, man. That's the NFL. But, yeah, good luck with that Pat P. Any day for Surtain, man. That ain't going to be enough. That ain't going to be enough, man. All right, Christian Matthias, my man says, they got to get Darnell Washington into the game. Now, I do agree with you on that, and I think they will. But like I said, man, it's sometimes the details, sometimes the little things. I think that he still does a good job with his blocking. We talked about him in the past game. He just has to detail it a little bit better with the route running to create some of the separation. It's just a different game when you get to the NFL level compared to collegiate. The speed, the smarts, the schemes at this level, is just different. It's not as much space at times in comparison to like college, where the hashes are a lot wider, right? So in terms of just certain elements that you're dealing with, Darnell's adapting to that. I think he's going to be fine. But at the same time, the coach staff can't rush him either, with the offense going through some of the things that they've been going through also. So it's like you got to pick your poison. We can't fix everything at the same time. We got to start picking one thing at a time. All right, let's get this running game going. All right, let's get Kenny confident on the deep ball. All right, let's get this route running going. Hello, Deontay. All right, let's start getting our offensive line protection better. Certain things we're going to scheme up. Certain things we need y'all to just be better with. So all of that was at play, or is at play, when we're talking Darnell, man. Man, let's go. And we walked this thing down perfect, all right? Now, I do want to open up the phone lines for just a few, man, so I can get some of your thoughts on the game, man. Y'all get it off y'all chest a little bit, if y'all down for that. All right, so if you're down for that, let me know in the comment section. Hit the like button, man, if y'all trying to hear these phone lines be open. And like I said, man, a couple y'all get a chance to get it off your chest with the homie today. I be forgetting we got the little delay in this joint too. Oh no, he gonna get them jump balls by the end zone though. He definitely will. All right. Let me get these lines set up real quick too, man. See the homie Mano said, man, open them lines up, man. We try to talk. We try to see what's up. All right. Respect then. Okay. Well, phone lines. We will. Somebody trying to call me before I even open them up yet. That's crazy. Let me turn me up. Let me turn it up real quick, man. Sheesh. All right, y'all know the producer ain't in here today, so I got to do it all today. All right. But we having a little fun with this thing. Trying to hit me up. All right. So, ladies and gents, boys and girls, children of all ages, man, we are going to open up these phone lines. And, like I said, I want to get your thoughts on the game, man. How you felt about what you saw out there. The number to dial is 412-346-6955. Once again, 412-346-6955 is the number to dial. So, hit the boy up, man. Hello, man. Who we on the line with today, baby?
Hey, this is John Easton.
Oh, John, man. I feel like every time I open this thing up, man, you hop on, man. Let's get it, John. How you living today?
I'm doing good. Just hanging out at the gym.
Let's go, man. Got to get them gains in, baby. Got to get them gains in.
You know it.
But yeah, baby. So how you felt about the game yesterday, man? What was on your mind?
I feel good, man. I was like one of the only ones I think that was believing in Canada and KPA. So I'm happy to be kind of proven right a little bit.
Yo, now you right about that, man. And on top of that, man, not only did they prove you right, but they scored multiple touchdowns, man. How did you feel seeing that for the first time this season? I think the first time past 2 years where we just scored 3 times on offense, man.
Yeah, I feel good about it. It's kind of like those like Big Ben vibes where he would like struggle for like the first 3 quarters and then come through in the fourth with like the heat. So that was good, yeah.
No, I definitely like that right there, man. Absolutely, baby. Absolutely. But shoot, we got to keep this thing rolling, man. You know that we got to keep it rolling. But
I just got one quick question for you.
Oh, yeah, talk to me, man. What you got, baby? Talk to me.
Just the one quick question was, what do you think it'll take to get PS2? I'm thinking a first and a third, but I want to know what you think.
No, bare minimum first and a third. I think depending on how stingy the Broncos want to be about him, it might be 2 first because he plays the premier position in terms of cornerback, right? Pass rusher, cornerback are 1A, 1B in terms of significance and importance at the NFL level. And when you got a guy that is proven to be high-end talent, cover, zone, man, and can tackle, they don't just let them type of dudes go. You know, so that's why I'm like, I can see them actually wanting multiple first because he is young and proven at a position that is very difficult to play at this level, man.
All right, cool. Thanks.
Now, without a doubt. Hey, John, man, appreciate you as always, baby.
All right, thank you.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Shout out to the homie John Easton one time, man. One time. Phone lines all open. 412-346-6955. 412-346-6955. Talk to me, baby. Who we on the hotline with?
Hey, it's the Bro-Barian. What's going on?
Oh, the Bro-Barian. Now it is officially a party, baby. What's the word, man? How'd you enjoy yesterday's performance, man?
Only thing I can think of when I look at our performance is that we got to crawl before we walk. Or, you know what I'm saying? So I really think that we don't have it like we did with Big Ben. When Big Ben got to Pittsburgh, he had an established run game.
Yeah.
Got good wide receivers. They're all veterans, battle tested. I think this group is getting battle tested together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Especially starting last year, the way things worked out. But I think since they're getting battle tested together, I'm not going to expect him to start doing, 2-3 touchdowns on the regular till next year, to tell you the truth. I just think they just got a little ways to go, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I see so far, but I'm loving it. Don't get me wrong, man. I'm loving seeing our black people win games that we're not supposed to.
No, without a doubt. And
I'm
on the
not
road.
gonna say not supposed to, that we don't have that people think we don't have a chance to. But go ahead.
No, and I was going to say too, man, I was going to say hostile environment, but it was actually not a hostile environment, but it was at least on the road. So, yeah, I'm with you on that, man. The expectations have to be real. And as much as I would love to sit here and be like, oh, man, we're about to score 3 touchdowns every game. You saw that? You saw what we look like, Bro-Barian? Come on now. Unfortunately, we know they're going to have some growing pains. Not every team is going to, do certain things to allow the flow of the game to be what it was. So we do have to take that into context. But in terms of feeling encouraged by it, though, I definitely feel encouraged because, like you said, man, we know they got plenty of things to fix. But here we are sitting at 4-2, beating a former Super Bowl MVP in his house. Like, that's not something that you just walk away from. And we know what Sean McVay is also. That's the guru. Come on, baby.
What we're looking at too is like we have beaten teams who's they've been with their playbook and their team for a while.
Okay, talk about it. Talk about it.
You talking about, like you said, the Rams. Everybody knows that playbook. They're all gelled with each other. Even the Ravens, they know each other. They got a few extra pieces here and there, but they down and we still got a chance to beat them. That is a situation with our coaching staff as well as the players too. Tallman after a break. Come on,
baby. You see the record. You see the record after the bye. Come on, man.
After a bye and the first game of the season. Normally we do pretty good. He's almost like Batman. You give him enough for preparation.
He's going to find a way. Absolutely. He'll find a way. Let's go.
Everything that we see when we play against teams that's been gelled for a while and we still beat them, even if we come close, that's progress. That's what I think.
Nah, respect to that, man. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Hey, man, well, let's get it, Bro-Barian. You know I appreciate you tapping in with me and dialing in on the hotline too, baby.
I better see you at that JMU game. OU's going to be there.
Hey, man, you know what time I'm on? I'm low-key mad because I was supposed to be on the call, the color commentary, but since they put it on, I think ESPNU, for the game, they kicked this off and did the national team, man. So I don't get to call it, man, but it's all good. My Duke's still going to take care of business. They still going to take care of business. Just know they're going to take care of business, all right?
We shall see.
Let's go, man.
God bless everybody in the chat. God bless you, brother.
Let's go, man. Appreciate you again. Peace. Shout out to the Bro-Barian right there, man. One time for the culture. Always a blast talking with him. Got time for probably one more call, man. Let's get it in, man. The digits dial 412-346-6955. Hit me up. Let me know how you feeling about the game, man. We got some time today, baby. How we feel? 412-346-6955. Hello. Who we on the hotline with, baby? Hello. Who we on the hotline with, baby?
It's Zeke here. What's going on?
Yeah, what's up, Zeke? How we living over there, man?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing?
Man, life is great over here, man. Solo rocking, but y'all keeping me vibed out, man. Always good to talk to you, man. Where you at? You stateside or you abroad? Where you at, man?
I'm working now.
Okay.
In California. So
Respect.
Just graduated. I think I told you that.
Yeah, man.
Last year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Let's
So
go
I'm just
there,
over
bro.
here working your big boy job.
Respect, respect. Gotta stack the paper, man. Gotta stack it, man. But hey, what they say? Make that money. Don't let it make you. All right.
Sure.
But man, how'd you feel about this game, man? What was your thoughts on it, man?
It's looking good. It's looking good. So I like Darnell Washington and the way he's blocking and stuff. I just can't wait to get Pat back because I'm liking the way that we're doing
Pat
two tight end sets
Shiesty.
with Connor Hayward.
Woof. Yeah.
And he's definitely showing a little bit of growth, route running and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really liking that. Yeah. So I'm really liking the way that we're going. If you check the tape 2 years ago when we were talking about draft,
Yeah.
you asked how you think we should go about
Talk your
our
talk.
draft process.
Talk your talk.
I'll let you know we should have done the patient way with the two tight ends before we even drafted all these people. I'm trying to tell y'all.
Yeah. Talk. Hey, talk your talk. Hey, check the tape, baby. Put some respect with it all, man. You stand, man. We already know that signed, sealed, and delivered, baby. And I'm glad you brought up Connor Hayward, man. I thought that he just continues to impress in the blocking game, catching the football, yards after catch. He had that nice pop. I thought he was going to score the touchdown low key, scampering up the sideline and stuff like that, man. But definitely been impressed with what I've been seeing from Connor, man. And yeah, the big boy ball, man. The multiple tight end sets, man. It does bode well for us, man, because it makes these defenses have to sit in base. And if they don't, you see, we can run the ball against some of these lighter fronts now, man. So that's a positive standpoint right there, man. Absolutely.
Definitely. And then I got a question on our defense. What's going on with the secondary?
Yeah.
I know we put most of our money towards the front end and and even the running game though. Last game we played, the Rams mostly run up.
They had some success running the ball. Yeah, so think of it like this, right? I thought multiple things. First half, what was taking place for us on offense? We weren't really sustaining drives, right? I think we were 1 of 4 on third down. And defensively, we played a lot more snaps, right? We were out there on that field a lot more. I also thought in the first half, we didn't create pressure on Matthew Stafford. So when we would look at Puka Nacua creating separation, we looked at Cooper Kupp cook a couple of times. He just dropped some passes, but he was even cooking. You look at the 2-2 Atwell touchdown before halftime, Levi Wallace literally runs with him, turns around, he cuts again, turns around, and then he finally throws it to him. So to me, I looked at it and said, man, first half, we didn't do a good job of sustaining drives on offense. And we also didn't do a good job of creating that sense of pressure with our front seven. Second half, way different. We hit Stafford a lot more. We were winning the line of scrimmage a lot more. And on the flip side, our offense sustained drives more. So now, defense didn't play nowhere near as many snaps. Sometimes that's half the battle. Yeah, sometimes your best defense is your offense keeping their offense off the field. Second half, man, on third downs, I think we were 3 for 3 or something like that? Or no, 3 for 3 in the red zone. And then we were like 4 for 7 or 4 for 6, something pretty high on our third down percentages as well. So I just thought that we minimized their opportunities. And when they were out there in the second half, they kind of missed a little bit. JPJ had the nice PBU on third down. So we made just enough of those plays to offset it. But, man, let's not act like Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and Puka Nacua aren't a dope trio. We know, man. They tough to handle if we're just talking about routes and coverage. So the offset that is you got to win in the trenches, baby. And that's the thing. I thought we did a lot better in the second half than the first half.
We definitely did. We definitely shut down that run in the second half. Bend don't break mentality a lot. Red zone shut them down a little bit.
And with the running situation,
I like what I'm seeing.
Oh yeah, and with the running game, let me tell you. So with the running game, the thought process was this: we said pick your poison. We could sit in base and smash the run with no problem, but sitting in base takes a defensive back off the field, and now we got Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua facing, one less coverage guy. So our response was, we're going to play nickel coverage. We're going to give you these little runs because we don't think you're going to commit to these runs. And we're going to make sure we got an extra defender out here on the back end so you're not going to kill us with Puka and Cooper Kupp all game. That was what we did. So that was the trade-off. That's why they were able to run the ball the way that they were at times. But I also thought Montravius Adams did a really good job too of, just fighting in them trenches, man, and really helping us out against the run with some of those plays, man.
Yeah, definitely. And then the defensive coordinator did a real good job scheming up, Cooper Kupp and minimizing his, because
Oh,
he
yeah.
obviously didn't do nothing that much against us. So, you know,
Yeah.
I've definitely seen some improvement on that side, on that end of the
Yeah.
field too.
Nah, without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. Hey, baby, I like this, though, Zeke, man. Always good to hear from you, man. Keep being a rockstar life over there on that west side, too, baby.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Nice talking to you too, my man.
Hey, my dog, let's get it, baby. Let's get it. All righty, man. Think we will do one more phone call. We got time for one more phone call. Y'all know this is dial 412-346-6955. All right. 412-346-6955. Got time for one more caller today. Talk to me, baby. Who we on the hotline with today, man?
Yeah, my boy Moats. It's your boy Prime.
Hey, I am Prime. I seen you were saying I've been trying to call. I'm calling ahead of time. I'm glad you finally got through. I opened it up one last time for you too. I just felt like you was gonna be the one. Man. Felt right. It felt right.
my dog. I was calling before you even said that.
Respect. I love it, man. But talk to me, man. How did you feel about the game, man? What was your initial thoughts and reactions?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I want to let you know, brother, we really appreciate you doing these lives, bro. For real.
Oh no, salute you, man.
Hell yeah, super close, bro, and it's super dope to be able to get with the chat and you and Deke, obviously, once he gets out the fed. We love the whole vibe that we got going.
No, without a doubt, man. We got a nice little squad we got over here, baby. Nice squad over here.
Yeah, facts. Well, as far as the game though, bro, just a few takeaways that I got. I want to start with Canada first and foremost. Like I said in my last call, I was on the Fire Canada train. I still kind of am, but
ain't that wrong with that, baby? Hey,
look, check me out. I see you cracking up. Check me out. Look, so for the most part, what it is noticing DJ. First of all, we lost DJ game 1.
Yeah.
Right. We lost Pat. I think. What did we lose?
What was that? Like Texas game? Midway through Texas game. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and then so off rip, you know, it was really easy for us to be like, oh, Canada doesn't know what he's doing. Canada can't scheme up these plays. But we also, like, with DJ coming back and seeing how much more the playbook opened up, how much more the field opened up with DJ coming back, it was very clear that from a fan standpoint, I can understand that it is hard for an offensive coordinator to run an offense without two key offensive players.
Yeah. I mean, you could make a case that DJ is one of, if not our best offensive player. Obviously, we know Pickens has definitely stepped up and emerged in terms of the big play stuff, but in terms of the play in and play out, you can make a case DJ is the most important person to that part of it, man. And that's even dating back to when Ben was here.
No, yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. And it's like, it was super evident yesterday. You know, watching the game, it was super evident. They couldn't double GP. They couldn't double DJ. You feel me? So it opened up a lot more, and it opened up a lot more for our run game as well, I feel like.
Absolutely, so man.
That was definitely an observation that I picked up. And then as far as the game overall, I feel like it was a good game. The first half, I know we didn't score anything, so everybody's like, oh, the first half.
We had a field goal, though, man. Hey, we had a field goal out there. Shout out the boss.
But from my perspective, I feel like the first half, we played pretty good. I feel like obviously we didn't get the outcomes that we wanted, but I feel like Kenny did pretty decent in the first half.
I mean, we had two drives. We had two drives that were in scoring position. One we kicked the field goal on, one we had the penalty on GP. And that was the difference, right? But we were still we were still moving the ball. It looked way better than what it's done in the past, man. 100%.
Most definitely. And that just, those are some things that I was just peeping. Like the second half, obviously, fourth quarter Kenny, primetime Kenny.
Come on, man. Hey, primetime Kenny, man. Y'all better put some respect on him, man.
Facts, man. And as far as the defense, I feel like the defense did great. I know a lot of people like to give Levi a lot of flack. I'm a huge Levi Wallace fan.
Shout out to Levi, man.
Levi, in my opinion, Levi cannot be CB1. He's not a CB1, and
very true.
He can do CB1 work.
Very true.
So I feel like trying to go get a cornerback obviously is something that we can do. If we could get Patrick Surtain, that would be amazing. But I wouldn't want to give up Pat P or Levi. Honestly, Pat P, I feel like is a big reason why JPJ is progressing as well as he is.
He is, man.
And that whole room. to be honest. And
Yeah.
And even Minka has spoke about it himself that Pat P has been a huge help to Minka as well. You know, so I know just from a fan perspective, watching the game, we want these dudes to be amazing. We want them to be the Ryan Clarks and the Heinz.
Oh, of course, man.
ABs,
Hey, look, day
all
one,
that,
we want that too. Day one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we seen, you feel me? We seen when we put so much expectation. Game one, we got kicked in the teeth. You feel me? Trying to feel like, you know, these guys putting all this expectation on these dudes. You know, especially being the fact that our linebacker room is completely new.
Yeah.
So, but for the most part, bro, that's just all I wanted to call in. I just wanted to
Let's go.
first of all, show my appreciation to you, bro. I really appreciate you.
Nah,
I got so
man.
much
Hey,
love for you, bro.
appreciate you. And like I said, man, you always be rocking with us too, man. You always in the chat. You always bring a good energy, good vibes. So salute you. I am Prime. And glad to finally get a chance to talk with you as well, man. All right? Let's get it. Let's get it, baby.
Moats, I got one last question.
Uh-oh. Get it off your chest then, man. What you got for me, man?
I just need like a 1 through 10. I don't need a whole explanation. This
All
might
right.
be a little bit off track. Me and my girl have been talking about moving to Pittsburgh. What do you think about that?
I love it. I say you should 80% do it. Before I know any other information,
For sure.
I like it. I think 80% of the time you should do it, man.
All right, for sure, man. We're definitely contemplating that, talking about that. So I just wanted to, you feel me, get your perspective on it.
Like I said,
Man,
beautiful place,
you,
man. Beautiful people here, man. Beautiful place, beautiful people, man. You will love it. You will love it.
My Yinzers, man. I'm trying to
Hey, you already know, man, where they wear black and gold every single day, man. My dog, baby.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, most.
Hey,
have a good one, bro.
let's go, man. Salute you. Appreciate you as well, man. Alrighty, man. Fun time opening up them phone lines right there, man. Dope conversations, might I add, too, man. John Easton, the Brobarian, Zeke, Shazier, and of course, I am Prime. Y'all hit that like button one time for the culture, man. Don't forget to subscribe as well, man. Got a couple of supers, and after that, man, we're gonna get up out of this thing. Sean McCartney says, Canada made sure he showed emotion this time. Boy, did he. I'm literally rewatching the game, and it was funny. It was like he knew the GoPro was there. He's like, I'm celebrating now. I'm happy. Y'all not gonna get on me for not celebrating now. So no, it was definitely funny to see that, man. Salute him though, man. Salute him. Official Momentum, he says, shout out to Official Momentum first off, man. Always good to see you, baby. Says Jaguars week coming soon. Hashtag here we go. Now you right about that, man. They ain't ducking this. You know what it is, man. They gotta come on down to Pittsburgh, baby. So come on. But that will do it for today's Space Talk, man. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. I know I had a blast with y'all, man. Phone lines was dope. The participation was amazing. Like I said, I'm gonna spend the block with my man Deke tomorrow, since he will be officially done. Hopefully with all this, you know, judicial system type of stuff. For all my jury duty people out there, y'all some great people. Salute you. All right. Like I said, hit that like button on the back end of this thing, man. Don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, baby. Peace.